We'll kick off the day with some Abrahamic religion. So we built an int list last time. This data structure, it does all the stuff a list can do, right? You can add stuff to it, you can take stuff back out. It's a sequence of items with a front and a back, all that stuff. Now the specific implementation that we used was we had an integer called first and a pointer to the rest of the list called int list. Now this data structure, while you may not have realized it, was what I call a naked recursive data structure. Now we'll get a sense for what that means as we move forwards, but basically the idea is it seemed perfectly fine at the time, but now this lecture, the fruit of knowledge, is going to reveal to you the grim truth that in fact we were naked all along. So in this lecture we're going to seek clothing. We're going to make the int list more like something that's conventional to Java programmers. Now there's nothing wrong with int lists or nudity or whatever, it's just, it depends on your culture. But in the Java culture, having a naked recursive data structure is strange. Now in other languages, like the scheme-like languages or in functional languages, you can do naked recursive data structures all day long, but in Java, it's just a little awkward. To get a little bit of a flavor for why they're strange, imagine the novice programmer in Java trying to write code that uses int lists. For them to be able to effectively write code, they have to be able to know how references work in a pretty deep way. The recursion is right there, right on the sleeve of our naked data structure. A sleeve. That's kind of a weird mixed metaphor, but okay, we'll go with it. But so an int list, you have to know how pointers work in order to understand what an int list is. The new thing we're going to build, not the case. So how are we going to do that? What's this new data structure going to look like? Well, the first step is we're going to do a rebranding effort. Okay, so nudity, that's so 7,000 years ago or however many years ago. So we're going to change things. Instead of having an int list class, we're going to have an int node class. And all that cruft, all of those methods that we had in here, we're going to strip them away to become clothed. I don't know what's going on with my mixed metaphors, but hey. Okay, so I'm going to delete all those methods. That's the stripping away. And then we're going to rename this to int node. Int node. And int node, and int node. And then I'm going to take these other variables, and I'm going to give them new names. Instead of first, I'm going to call this item. And instead of rest, I'm going to use next. And then I'll rename these as well. Seems nicer. Okay, and I'm only doing this painstaking process because I want to make it clear exactly what we're doing. Okay, so that's the new int node class. It's like an int list. We just took all the methods away, and it compiles. Good. So now we've done this rebranding effort. We observe that int node is now a dumb class. It has no methods, but we're going to bring back the functionality. Do not worry. Now, of course, you might say here, this is not any kind of improvement. Nothing is better about this, and you're right. But we'll get better, right? Things will improve.